Be advised, this video has a lot of opinions, so if you can't handle it, click off the video now. Okay, so, greetings and salutations, one and all. The name is Dr. Rose, and today we are taking a look at the workshop for Team Fortress 2. If you'll recall, about a month ago at this rate, I made a poll asking if you lot wanted to see me do a workshop review for the upcoming update, and you people wanted to see this, so here we are. First up, we have an item known as the Silk Touch, a jacket plus shirt combo for the spy. And honestly, this doesn't even look that bad of a cosmetic. I could definitely see this being really good. Just looking at the combinations that you can do with the items here is already quite fitting. But I'm willing to bet that you can do even more really nice looking sets with these cosmetics here. And of course, the paintable region is the shirt on the inside of the coat, which honestly, I think that's like the best way to be able to paint items like this, just to have the shirt on the inside just be paintable and nothing else. Because if the coat on the outside was also paintable, then the item might as well just be fact. Uh, Next up is the shot putter with the argle and the mustache. And this is how the set actually looks. I'll be actually getting into the shirt soon, so don't mind this. But just for now, I'm going to focus on the hat. And let me just say, this is a really nice SFM poster. It's definitely one of the better ones that I've actually seen. Now, for the hat and mustache itself, I'm I like it. The the mustache is kind of off-putting to me. Eh, I don't know. There's just something about the mustache that makes it look odd. But if there was a style where you can actually remove the stash just to have the hat, that would actually be good. Looking at the so it's just going right back to the shirt. I'll trust me, lads. I'll be getting to the shirt. Oh, there's actually one for just having a single color. That's actually quite interesting. Without having the mustache that and just having the hats, honestly, I would love without a mustache, you could totally make a bunch of different sets with this hat. I- This one's a bit of a stretch to me, the one on the far left over here, but this one in particular kind of reminds me of a Stephen Castellanos from The Evil Within. If y'all don't know who that is, future me will already have an image short of like a, about a second to show you the similarities. But in any case, oh, there's actually more here. This honestly looks kind of funny. The one on the far left over here. But yeah, these sets look really nice with the hat and the mustache, though. As for the paintable region, it's always just like the entire hat, which, honestly, I'm very thankful that it's not also the mustache, because if it was the mustache, that'd have just been an instant no for me. But the fact that it's actually just the hat that's paintable just is very pleasing to behold. Onwards to the fairway formal wear. The shirt cosmetic that is supposed to go with the hat that we just looked at. Now, uh, I will actually say my opinions on the shirt. I love the shirt a lot, actually. The shirt is so well fitting with the hat that it's just very pleasing for the eyes. Now, there's actually a plain variation of the shirt as well. I kind of like the darker colors here for these styles, just because I've always been a fan of the darker colors. But honestly, I just love the shirt here. Now, as for the sets that people have made for this, um, yeah, actually, these are not that bad at all. I I still hate this hat, the fucking Christmas hat from last year. It looks so awful, but I will give it this. It looks okay with the other cosmetics here, but I just can't get over the fact how fucking ugly this hat is. Uh, as for the paintable regions, it's I, so that's what the paintable regions are. It's the fucking inner sleeves here that's paintable. Like, it makes sense, but with uh with how little paint that's actually showing here, why not just have why not just not be able to paint the cosmetic in general? Because i- in the spur of the moment, you're not going to be able to see what color your cosmetic even is. And frankly, I don't really believe that you can even make anything worth your while with it. You'd just be wasting money at that point in time if you're just trying to paint this cosmetic. But in general, I would really love to see the set and the in game. Onwards to the slow cooker, a apron cosmetic, an apron and a shirt combo for the heavy. Uh, this is just funny to me. Like, this kind of gives me Good Burger vibes. If you lads know what Good Burger is, um, it just- the, the the third one here is it's just great. It's so fucking good. It's so funny. But back to being serious here for a moment. All in all, I would actually love to see this cosmetic in game, just because like you can actually make some pretty decent stuff here. And you can even make a Butcher-esque set with it as well, which is definitely good. I'm not quite sure how I feel about the Rambo hair with this with the slow cooker, but eh, I I do actually like this as well. Kind of gives him a bit of a lumbers man look. I would not mind seeing this in the game at all, honestly. On to the next item here. It is called the Deadly Delivery. I honestly like this a lot already. It is a custom Australian wear, and the colors aren't actually like in your face, which is good in all honesty. Um, I feel like the red variants do this paint better than with the blue variants, but all in all, I have like one minor tweak that I would do with it. Tone down the shine just a tad bit, and honestly, you already have a really good wall paint here, but I, other than the shine, that's literally all that I have a problem with. Oh, yeah, the blue variants just, the blue variants just look gross, in my honest opinion. But in any case, this really does not look that bad. Next up, the Aaron Runner with the style of suspenders, with the scout being a paperboy. Um, it's not a bad cosmetic, like at all. I could I could definitely see the possibilities with this. You're kind of restrictive with having the suspenders, honestly. Or just having the cosmetic in general, you really can't make very many good sets. But with what the people who have made this already have here, I I honestly don't mind this. I could totally see it getting in. Next up, the other style of the Aaron Runner, which has no suspenders. Which they probably were just too lazy to like make another SFM poster to have the non-suspenders. But I feel like you have a lot more freedom with the no suspenders style than you would the with the actual suspenders. But honestly, this is the best looking one out of all of his cosmetics, like all of his sets, honestly. But nah, I don't know. I just also kind of feel like the plaid with like with a coat like this or this just make it feel off, but that's just me. The News Hound, the hat cosmetic that goes with the Aaron Runner. Honestly, I I like the hat a lot, honestly. It reminds me of the um it kind of reminds me of the Pyro cosmetic that we got for last year or whenever we got like the last case. Um I can't remember what it's called for the life of me, but future me will help me out. In any case, I could definitely see some good stuff being made here. Of course, the Scout doesn't really have many cosmetics that even go with the hat, but all in all, it's not a bad looking hat at all. I don't mind seeing, I would not mind seeing this in the game at all. Beer battered. Uh, let's see here. Factory new, with tomato sauce and grease stains included. Let him cook. Sure. Um, this kind of looks gross to look at. in all honesty. Especially the swords here. Like, what the fuck am I looking at? This legitimately makes me feel ill. Like, holy god, this is a disgusting war paint. I... The most bearable looking one out of all of them are honestly the rocket launcher and the sniper rifle, but everything else just looks like utter garbage. I don't know if it's just like the paint or what, but it just looks gross as hell. Like, ew, get it out of here. Next up is the wetland waders for the sniper class. Um, honestly, there's even separate styles for this as well. Flippers and no flippers. Um, I, huh. I honestly don't know how to feel about this. I like this one the most out of these other ones here. I know, I reckon how this thing got created was because of the people who play Sniper with just like camping in the water of many maps with the classic and just like body shotting people for the memes. But I just like this set the most out of all of them. It looks the best for me. Everything else looks okay, I guess. Uh, I really don't know how to feel about this. They just look okay. I I'm on the fence on whether or not I'd even want this in the game or not. So I'm gonna just leave it as it is. Say that I wouldn't care if this got in the game, but I also wouldn't care if it did not get in the game. Next up, the head cosmetic for the wetland waders, called the landlocked lenses, with the styles of no rebreather and with the rebreather. And this one honestly doesn't make any sense to me at all, but these other ones here, this one especially, I like this one a lot. It looks really good. And back at it again with the sniper shark, I guess you want to call it. I I'm gonna do this, say the same stuff that I said with the wetland waders. I don't care if this cosmetic gets in the game, and I don't care if the cosmetic does not get in the game. Uh, as a set, just by itself, I could totally see it working just fine. But with like his other cosmetics, they just do not fit at all. Next up, Dazzled. Oh, there's actually a video here. Hmm. I I know I said I'm usually a fan of the darker colors here, but I'm seeing a lot of seeds where you're getting a lot more black than you would be getting like anything else, and the darker blue honestly, it kind of just like blends into the paint almost to the point where it's like indistinguishable. Like, I feel like if you made the blue slightly brighter, it would be fine, because the red is already pretty bright as is, but the blue is just so muted compared to it. That's my only gripe with this. Just like up the color blue on these weapons, and y- I can definitely get behind this. And yes, I do see that the blue is better here, but for Heavy's weapons, they just look so muted. I don't know. I would not mind seeing this in the game at all. It looks really, really good, unironically. Next up, the Das Kaiserbart, a mustache and hair cosmetic. As a medic man, I'm always going to be more drawn towards stuff like this, but I I like this a lot, in all honesty. It, the sets that you can actually pull here are super fucking good. Unironically, I love this a lot. The sets that you can actually do with this hair and mustache combo is really, really good looking. I love this a lot, actually. I would love to see this in the game, just because of how cool this stuff looks. Next up, the Rusty Plates, a wool paint. Uh, mm, it certainly fits within the style of TF2, but I genuinely don't know how to feel about these about this paint. Eh, Some of the weapons look fine, but with the reserve shooter, it just looks off to me. Especially this bottom variant here. I don't know what the deal is with like these smudges here. It's probably the rust, but I- it just feels off to look at. Next up, the Rusty Rock. Looking at it already, this looks super fucking good. Like, wow. I like this a lot, in all honesty. It looks super, super, super good. Especially the Tommy Slav. Wow. The Tommy Slav looks so good here. So does the crossbow. So does the wrench, actually. All these look so good. I would love to see this in the game. The and the areas where the stuff is painted just looks super, super good. I could definitely see the mercenaries having these types of weapons. It looks so fucking good. And it definitely fits within the style of TF2. Wow. Next up, Trouble in Bermudas, a sniper pants cosmetic. Um, s- Sniper and spy, you say? Nay. I'd really rather not see this in the game. It, it genuinely looks hideous to look at. Like, what the hell am I even looking at? I, out of all these, this one looks the most bearable. but still, yikes. What the hell is this? And obviously the painting region are the flip-flops, which is good, but yikes. I just no, I don't think so. If there was another paint or like another cosmetic that actually go with these pants, then than the swimming trunks, I would not mind seeing this in the game, but just as it is, nay, I don't want it at all. Next up, Wrathful Wraps, another war paint, and hmm, they certainly don't look that bad at all. They certainly don't look bad at all, but I don't really think I'd want to see this in the game, honestly. The scattergun and the rocket launcher definitely look the best out of all of these, but there are genuinely just better paints if you are so desperate to like get these two things painted, or you just want like things painted in general. There are just so many better options in my eyes. Next up, the Bounty Hunter's Brim, Ambassador No Glasses variant. I uh, this I love this as a film poster actually. It looks really fucking good. Wow. Definitely has that western feel to it. Um I like the hat actually. It fits the game, it fits the class especially. It looks really fucking good. Wow. You can even make a bandit variation of the just like you can make a bandit set with this and that looks really good as well. There are even more here. This looks really good too, actually. The second one here. This looks really, really good. This looks really good too with the upgrade. Yeah, I would not mind seeing this in the game at all. All of these look really good to look at. Wow, this all that looks so, so, so good. Um, Come on now. Show me the paints. Um, so the paint region is the hat itself and the little swiggles on the brim there don't get painted, which is honestly good. The best looking one out of all these though is definitely Midnight, or like the 8 o'clock I believe this one was called. But in general, these all look pretty damn good. Like, this is definitely one of the better quality ones that I've looked at in this video. Next up, the Wise Guy, a hair and cigarette combo for the heavy. I Mm, I'm not so sure how to feel about it. Mm, I like the cosmetic itself, but with the combos that is shown here, I, I don't know how to feel about it. If I were to actually give an opinion on it, though, the one in the middle here definitely looks the best out of the ones shown. As for the paintable regions, it is obviously the hair. Uh, the color, the like turquoise blue here just looks so weird. But honestly, I would not mind seeing this in the game at all. Next up, the body cosmetic for the bounty hunter hat, called the Desperado Disguise. The This honestly looks really fucking good. You can definitely make some really nice looking sets with the Desperado Disguise. Like, wow, you can make so many good things. As for the paintable regions, it appears to be like the inner scarf of the coat, which definitely is good. Eh, I'm thankful it's not like the little silver bits, because if it was the silver bits, that just made it even weirder. But all in all, I would love to see this cosmetic in the game with the bounty hunter. Next up, the covert curiosity. Um, Custom wear reveals transformed Mars. Includes a hidden rover, you say. I wonder if you could actually get these different types of stickers with whatever drop you get from this paint. If so, that's really, really good, but otherwise, I don't know. The the paint at full like factory new looks really nice, but at its worser wears, it kind of looks like garbage to me, in all honesty. Next up, the Helter Skelter. Um, mm, Honestly, does not look that bad at all, but I honestly don't believe that this would even fit that well in the game. The darker colors with the brighter arrows definitely gives it a nice contrast, but I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. Next up, Mamma Misha with the birdless style, a beard cosmetic for the heavy. Um, yeah, actually, I could totally see this being in the game. Like if Heavy just decided to not shave himself for a good period of time. You could definitely grow a beard like this. And as for the paint regions, it's obviously the entirety of the beard, which is still good. Um, yeah, I would not mind having this at all. It looks really, really goddamn good. Next up, the so close taunt. Uh, I actually saw this some time ago on YouTube, and it's honestly not that bad. I could definitely see this being like used as another troll taunt, like the Schadenfreude, for when you're just like barely got out of an encounter with so little fucking health. And next up, the 2-4 Tango. With Scout just looking at Spy like, what the hell am I looking at? Now, as for the taunt, that's honestly kind of cute in all honesty. Uh, I would not mind seeing this in the game at all, especially because I believe it was the end of the line animatic that actually had the Spy do this. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section. I could very well be wrong. It's been a very long time since I even seen anything with it, but I just remember that Spy did do something with that ragdoll, or that dummy rather, excuse me. Next up, Scorchy the Grizzly, a another furry cosmetic for the Pyro. Um, most of these just look fucking hilarious to look at. But if you didn't want the furry, you could always just have the hat, which is always good. As for the painful regions, it's the band on the hat and the goggles. Did I see? I did see it was the goggles, the entirety of the goggles, which is a wee bit weird, but it's not the worst thing that I've seen, frankly. The cosmetics that you can actually get with it still look fucking hilarious to look at, especially this one here. Just like the googly eyes the with, with like the hat of sadness is just really fucking funny to look at. Next up, the Savior's Jacket, a jacket cosmetic for the Scout. It honestly looks really good, in all honesty. You can even use the Bill's hat with it, which is definitely nice. I would not mind seeing this in the game at all. It the I could definitely make something else with this to make it look even better, but until then, let's just see what happens with Valve, eh? Next up, Medical Weave, a hair cosmetic for the medic. And I've actually already covered the shirt, the high quality self care. Uh, yeah, with both these cosmetics combined, they actually look really fucking good together. I would love to see this in the game. I gotta have it in the game. Come on, Valve, please. Next up, Gravitational, a war paint. based on the gravity gun from Half-Life. Um, you can get head crab blood as a custom wear, really. Oh yeah, the new version definitely looks better from the old version. Wow. Oh yeah. Wow. The paint is definitely so much better in, compared to the old one. Wow. Um, I would not mind seeing this in the game at all. It looks really good, in all honesty. Next up, the Chairman's Choice. A really nice looking war paint, actually. Like the minigun, the fucking medigun. All these look super fucking good, man. Including the rifle. Wow. I unironically love this. I would love to see this in the game. Yeah, like, give me that shit, Valve, please. Wow. Next up, the Punk's Perfection, a pants cosmetic for the Scout. You can make a lot of, like, punk Scout outfits, especially with the pompadour. Wow, the pompadour just really fits the pants. Wow. This honestly looks really fucking good. I believe the shirt's actually up next year, so I will be able to cover the shirt. But just the pants by itself, you could definitely do a lot of things with the pants. Next up, the Broody Band Tee, the other cosmetic that fits with the pants that we just covered. Yeah, in all honesty, I love this even more than I do the pants. With with the digit devolvers and the I believe this hat's called the Road Rage. Wow. Just wow. This looks really fucking good. Next up, the Private Army, a body cosmetic for the heavy. Uh, I actually unironically love this as well. Uh, You could do so many good things with this coat. Wow. Especially the one in the middle here. The one in the middle looks the best out of all of these, definitely. But they're all still really fucking good. Wow. And even more the cosmetic sets. These all still look really goddamn good. Valve, please give it to us. And as for the painting regions, it is the shirt, which is really good. I really need this in the game. It looks so good. Next up, the Western Weave for the Engineer. This is a fun poster though, with the Texas Twirl'em taunt. um, there's two different styles. There's brash and then there's brush. Uh, oh, brush has a mustache while brash doesn't. Okay. I was about to say, I could not tell the difference between the two styles, but they definitely still look really goddamn good. Now, as for the cosmetics set, yeah, wow. There's actually some really good stuff here, especially with this, with the Gristle Growth. That looks really good. You could become discount uh Uncle Dane. And as for the painting regions, it's both the hair and the mustache, which is about the norm. Next up, the old sailor with the beard being paintable. Uh, you know what? Yeah, I would not mind seeing this in the game at all. I just aged down man by a couple of decades, and this looks really good, in all honesty. I would not mind seeing this in the game at all. And just like the title said, the beard is paintable. So you could either become an old man by painting your beard completely white, or you could paint it however you like. It doesn't make any difference. They all still look really good, unironically. Next up, Serial Griller with the grill style. Um, yeah, you can go for a Jason Voorhees look, but all in all, there's actually three styles here. There's grill, there's greasy, and then there's grocer. I they all look really good in all honesty, but I think that the grill style fits him the most. Yeah, the grill style definitely fits him the most. Eh, I think it'd get a lot more mileage out of it being the grill style instead of any of the other styles in all honesty. Next up, the hot pants, the cosmetic that went with his apron. And yeah, there's some good stuff here with these cosmetic sets. I would not mind seeing this in the game at all. As for the painting regions, it's like the top of the socks and the bottom of the socks, which is intriguing.